Alright guys, Drax here. This video is kind of like a video response to, I guess, ignorant people. The reason I say that, a couple weeks ago some other flag carrier was looking at my gems and enchants, and he says, Drax, you are such a noob. He says, why would you ever use PvE enchants on your flag carrier gear? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. He says, everybody knows that you gotta go full out Resil in every slot no matter what. And I entertain the idea that maybe I missed something in my calculations or whatever. So I asked him what his basis for that was, and he says, "Oh, you're just a fucking noob. You have no clue. Resilience wins out in every slot, no matter what, hands down." I said, "Okay, well," and I wasn't really convinced. It just sounded like blabbering ignorance to me. So just to let you guys know, I don't put out videos because I look up top ranked people and say, okay, well, this guy does this, I'm going to make a video about it. No, I actually do my own spreadsheets, do my own calculations, and I map all this stuff out to give you guys the best and most accurate information that I can. So let me switch over to my desktop here, and let me pull up my spreadsheet. Okay, so just to let you guys know, I already modeled out a maximum resilience, a maximum stamina, and an ideal setup for flag carry. The way I did this, and I'm just going to go over this real quick, guys, because I don't want to make like a 10-minute video about a spreadsheet that I have, and I don't want to explain all these character devs. I mean, when I could just send you the link. But what I did here is I made a baseline Ruthless Tier 2 gear set with no gems and enchants. Okay? What that gives me is it gives me the amount of health you're going to have with no gems and enchants, and it gives you the amount of resilience you're going to have with no gems and enchants. So I can use that as my baseline. And then I could just punch those numbers in here. We'll go down to the resilience one. In here, so that's your baseline times your commanding shout for self buff, because it can't be dispelled or anything. And then you're going to add in the amount of stamina you receive from your gemming and enchanting. Okay, so down here is your gemming and enchanting. This is all the plus to stats you get on your helm, shoulder, chest, all that stuff. Okay, overall, it's going to add your base resilience that we got from the character dev to the amount of resilience you get from your gemming and enchanting, which is 4,860 was the most I could come up with. And that's actually confirmed over here on the maximum resilience character dev that I actually planned out, and I put in the most resilience I possibly could, 4,860. So these two independent sources, one is strictly math and one is on the character dev, which just maps it out for you. 46% reduction. Okay, so already I can see that my calculations are accurate. Okay, my resilience calculation is accurate, 46% exactly, same amount. And then you factor in the incoming damage. I did this before Tier 2 was out and before a lot of people were in full Ruthless, so I figured 20,000 damage was pretty accurate for someone in Tier 1. Then you reduce it by the damage reduction amount, and it gives you a time to live. Now, I calculated your blood craze in there. You get 3 procs in 15 seconds because it's a 5-second proc, internal cooldown. And it gave me a new adjusted effective health points with your blood craze, and this one factors in your field dressing. And it gives you a new adjusted time to live, 16.88 seconds with maximum resilience. Okay? So then I did the same thing for maximum stamina. As you can see here, this was the best reasonable. The character dev had more than this, but it was kind of silly to put maximum stamina in some slots when it's just so much better used to get the resilience. So I did go 1 slot resilience. But anyways, as you can see, like, I mapped all these things out, and up here is setup number 1, which is my ideal setup. Setup number 2 is maximum resilience and maximum stamina, and these are how much of each, the blue obviously being stamina and the yellow being resilience, stat gains you get. So my ideal setup, 16.96 seconds is what you have to live if you, say, like, lagged out in the middle of the field holding a flag and someone was hitting you for 20,000 damage a second. Resilience is 16.88, so not much more than that, and then stamina 16.01. Now, let me switch over to this other spreadsheet real quick, and this will be the last bit for this video before I actually give away my first prize on my channel. Alright, so this one right here, gear setup number 1, resilience, okay? I factored in all those things I talked about just a little while ago, and then I did a little timeline. So these are your seconds. This is your health, what your health's going to be at. This is the incoming damage based off your reduction percent. This is your blood craze ticks every second. And then your last stand and rage regen, which you're going to pop when you get below 100,000, or roughly around 10 seconds of taking damage. So, as you can see, after 29 seconds, you're going to die with maximum resilience. Okay, maximum stamina, same thing. Okay, same cycle cooldowns on the same amount of time. Right when you're under 100,000, right at 10 seconds, and at 29 seconds, you're going to die. Same thing. So we come down here, gear setup number 3, which was my ideal one. Okay, everything taken into account. Pop your cooldown, same time, under 100,000, 10 seconds, and you still die at 29 seconds. So this really what my spreadsheets prove is that gemming and enchanting and the way you set up your gear doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to like gem all spirit or something stupid, but cycling your cooldowns is really what keeps you alive in VG. So if you see like a flag carrier that's really squishy or whatever, it's because he's not using his cooldowns properly. It's not because of necessarily his gearing, because I've seen someone look at this. This is hold on, down here. This is I did the same thing for arms, and it's not last stand. That's actually rallying cry for arms. But look, you could live for 25 seconds with no heals as arms as a flag carry. You know, granted you have like more cooldowns as Prot, but being able to cycle your cooldowns properly is more important than how you gem and enchant your gear. But anyways, the main point of this was to show that I actually do my research. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and I don't just tell you guys random things to put content out. You know, I'm not here to put out quantity. I'm here to put out quality, you know, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but I really do. I'd rather get something right and put a lot of time and effort into it and get you guys something accurate than put out just a bunch of nonsense videos. So I'm really trying to promote my YouTube channel right now. I'm trying to get a lot of networking going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away a 30-day time card on my YouTube, actually on this video.
Fire, but
so what I want you guys to do is I want you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm sure a lot of you probably are already. And then thumbs up this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go check out all the people who have thumbed up this video, who have liked it, and make sure that they're subscribed to my channel. And I'm going to do a random number generator, and I'm going to choose a number, and down that list, whoever gets that number, if they're subscribed to my channel and they've liked this video, then they will win a free 30-day time card that they could put on their account, and they get 30 days free game time. So that's actually going to be announced next Tuesday, when I put out a video next Tuesday. So you guys have like a whole week to do this. So hopefully we'll get some more people viewing. You guys will see the quality of these videos. Now that I gave you the old backstage pass, see my spreadsheets and all that, how the magic happens. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.